Onward we keep going. Froguelike. Submitted by Elfino48. And just by him. Pixel art 2D roguelike where you play as a frog, exploring procedurally generated caves with a walking cauldron that you can use. The plot is that you need to complete all recipes from a wizard recipe book to get a wish from an ancient magic pot, and make your frog village safe and wealthy for one more year. If you die, another volunteer frog takes over. We're mostly just one programmer and one artist, with help from another amateur artist and sound designer. Unfortunately, we didn't finish this project, but we submitted a playable demo build where you can already go around procedural generated levels, loot chests, craft some potions using cauldrons, and fight with zombies. I've turned off death, so it's just a demo for fun. Controls: WASD for movement, right mouse click to look around, left mouse click to attack or use item, tab for inventory. To go to the next level, you need to find orange tile, step on it, and click E. To craft something, drag and drop 2 mushrooms in the cauldron and try to experiment with other ingredients. P.S. We're going to complete the game after the game jam, so leave your comments, feedback. It's really important for us. PSS version is made for the game jam, attached as a downloadable zip file. We're not going to play that, but it's there. Almost the whole week we were working on basic mechanics improvements, bug fixes, blah blah. So they kept working on it. Not sure if they kept working on it past like that week, but we'll see what they got here for us. Another game made in Unity, so fun there. So there's our walking cauldron. Tile floor, decoration none, item none, grid value 8. So that's the exit. So it looks like you can open stuff with E. Left mouse might also do something, but whatever. So there's my inventory. So I mean the right bump button does work, but I mean it looks like it's got like a bit of an issue of highlighting the screen, which is not great. Interesting sort of like, line of sight vision here. My backpack's getting a little bit full here, so you lose your greens, so you basically drop them in and you don't do anything, okay. Those did nothing. Okay, so we learned a recipe there. It'd be nice if I could hover over the stuff and see stuff, but whatever. There doesn't seem to be like any sort of wait button, which is not great, but whatever. So I guess I was going to run into this guy and get injured, I guess. So that's just how it's going to go. So he attacks me. I attack him. At least I got more HP. He's done. Can't loot anything from him, I guess. There's a mushroom. So that gets me nothing. How about mushroom men? That gets me nothing. It'd be nice like to have some sort of like, you know, book to basically tell me what the like, you know, crafting ingredients are, but whatever. Another guy coming behind him. Cool, you can eat those to actually repair yourself. So that's like your HP regeneration right there. Good to know. So they're not gonna, you know, path through each other. That's good to know. Down he goes. I'm almost dead, so let's use the healing potion. That gets me 6 HP. Not sure the bones do anything for me. Now this guy I saw on odd square, so he has to actually get to hit first. So it looks like we've got ourselves basically sort of like, you know, free mode and combat mode, where when you're basically in combat, the enemies will see you and they'll basically start, you know, attacking you. But when you're not in that combat mode, these guys, like, you know, can just like yawn around, you know, easily enough. The animation speed's a little bit, you know, sluggish because, you know, I mean, it's slowed down by like, you know, having to hop around and stuff. So you would have got more of obviously kept the blue burst and, you know, healed myself that way, but whatever. Crystal Bones Potion. What does that do for me, I wonder? We got a fight here. Another guy coming. So Crystal Bones Potion heals you apparently. So some feedback basically for a developer here. If I was basically judging this as like an actual 7DRL, you would have lost points for the sluggish movement here. And the fact you don't have a wait button. It also feels really incomplete not having like, you know, the ability to like, you know, hover over these and get some information and stuff like that. It'd be nice to have like, you know, some sort of like, you know, book system basically, like, you know, maybe it has like a bunch of like, you know, question mark for like, you know, stuff you don't know, but we basically learn what like, you know, recipes are. That'd be nice to actually see like, you know, for completeness sake. The sounds are fine. I mean, the controls work, you know, what controls you have here work fine. I don't mind its cardinal directions. It's okay if it, you know, is like that. Scope, I mean, you do what you can in like 7DRLs, so I think you have like, you know, lost a little bit with scope, but you know, it's pretty good for what's here. Definitely need to make it so like, you know, it doesn't constantly keep blowing up the screen like that when I basically click on it, but whatever. Is it roguelike? Yes. I could definitely give you full points for like roguelikeness basically here. We're not going to survive this battle here, but well. So I died. You were dead. Want to start over? No, I think we basically got enough of like, you know, an idea of what's basically happening right there. You know, not a bad little project, but you know, it does need a little bit more done to it to sort of like, you know, make it really stand out. I wouldn't say it would have been bad if like, you submitted like, you know, this project basically as it is right here. I have no idea what your like, you know, original version is basically like, but you know, if you submitted this probably would have got at least some marks, but it definitely could have been a lot better, you know, better for sure. Alright, well that's basically Froguelike. I hope you guys basically enjoyed it, and well, take care.